Welcome to Film Takes. This is our movie discussion podcast. I'm your co-host, Jackson, joined by my other co-host, Zach.
Weaver.
We also have a guest on this episode named...
Well, my name is Ava Sky Arledge.
Before we get to the main discussion, I guess we wanted to talk about 3 summer horror movies that came out this year. We wanted to talk about Cuckoo, Longlegs, and MaXXXine. We should probably start with the one we've all seen, MaXXXine.
Yeah. All right, we actually saw this one together because Jackson gets free movies.
Yeah.
So
Shout out Jackson.
Shout out me.
We bummed that off of him. And obviously it's the third in Ty West's, what would you call it?
Trilogy.
The
It's a
Triple X trilogy.
The X trilogy is what it's called.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, in my opinion, but it's definitely got some major flaws, like major flaws. But I really like it, mainly because Kevin Bacon's doing a lot in it, and because Mia Goth is great as usual, at least in that sort of thing. It's silly,
It's so silly.
and that's part of what
Definitely
I like about
silly.
it.
Well, I think. Actually, no. I think all of it's silly.
You think all of it's silly?
All of it is silly. Yeah.
I will say the moment, and I think we all laugh.
Are you talking about the dead body scene where
They just like pull it back in front of everyone.
Oh yeah. When he's out on the stretcher.
That's one of the funniest things I've seen in the theater in a while. That part's great. The Buster Keaton joke.
The Buster Keaton joke
I
had
enjoyed.
you laughing like De Niro and Cape Fear.
Yeah, happily.
Did you get the Buster Keaton joke?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. What a dick.
Oh my God, Jackson.
I wasn't sure because me and him laughed at it, but I wasn't sure if you understood.
For a
Oh, my
second,
fucking
okay.
God.
For a slight second, I was
what a
like,
dick.
no. For a slight second, I was questioning it. I was like, wait, I think she means Buster Keaton. I mean, he looks like Buster Keaton.
Okay.
We liked MaXXXine. You would say you
Yeah, what
didn't.
was-
Yeah, I guess I didn't give my opinion yet. I was exceptionally bored for the first 2/3. It's the type of movie that I would have implemented the 30-minute rule for, which is where I give a film or show or whatever a chance by doing the first 30 minutes. And if I'm not into it in those first 30 minutes, I will shut it off.
So if you were at home.
If I was at home not watching this with you guys, specifically like not watching it with friends.
As an editor.
As an editor, going in, I heard that it was like edited really crazy.
What
And
about
it was
the
not.
what about the split screen sequence at the beginning? Just when it's showing
It wasn't
the
that
streets.
unique to me, but yeah, it was
I didn't
fun.
say it was unique, but it's
The
well done.
The one edit that stands out the most to me is when she's like doing a hand crank when she gets to the mansion.
Yeah.
For the elevator, and it like wheels in the other half of the split screen. But editing wise, it's the only unique stylish thing about it is sort of the split screen. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I love I think that split screen's super stylish there at the beginning, just showing the streets and all that. I love it. Kind of, I don't know, it reminds me of like To Live and Die in LA or something, even though I don't think there's any split screens in that. But just,
Last third was more entertaining because of just how fucking bonkers it is.
Yeah.
It goes from like not necessarily 0, but like 25 to 100.
Pretty much. As soon as it's revealed that the Strangler was actually her father.
Yeah.
This minister.
Yeah,
who-
that worked
yeah.
for me, weirdly. I mentioned it for a second. We got to talk about Kevin Bacon before we move on from MaXXXine.
Oh.
I know you love Kevin Bacon in this movie. I get that. And I thought it was hilarious, that the fact that he was just thrown in. Ultimately, though, I don't see the point. Why was he there? I don't know. Did he have any effect on the plot? Absolutely not. But,
Was he awesome in it and added to my enjoyment?
Absolutely.
All right. Then we've said enough, I guess, on MaXXXine.
Yeah.
Just had to mention Kevin Bacon. I guess we'll do like Letterboxd out of 10 or no, out of 5.
Rate it
Out of 5?
out of
That's
10
fair.
fingers.
Out of 10. All right, I actually like that 10 finger. That
10 fingers? Okay.
yeah. That's it. Like
So,
that's
like,
got a
I give it one
catchiness to
finger?
it. Yeah, no, I like that. The 10 finger.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
10 finger
Hey,
scale.
that's my thing.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Yeah, trademark it because we're about to steal it.
I'm trademarking it.
Anyways,
So, how many fucking fingers would you give MaXXXine?
8.
8 fingers?
oh wow, I love that.
That's cool. I love that she loved it the most out of the 3 of us.
That's awesome.
What do
All
you
right,
think?
7 fingers.
I give it 3 fingers. Good 3 fingers out of 10.
Yep, that sounds about right. Now, Cuckoo, whatever the fuck.
You know how some movies just get very supernatural, and it just kind of, for me, that ruins movies like that, especially like psychological thrillers, I guess. I don't know. When it turns supernatural, like the whole I don't even know what they're the weird
The Cuckoo people.
the Cuckoo people, and they started like, I don't know, screeching and stuff.
Spoilers, by the way, for every movie we ever talk about on every episode of this
Absolutely.
podcast. We are not holding back on spoilers. So Cuckoo, it has Hunter Schafer in it, and it's about her and her adoptive family going to Germany. Like
I think it's her real dad, is it?
It is her real dad. Okay.
Okay.
It's her real dad, but like stepmom and stepsister. So they go to like the German Alps. Dan Stevens is there as like the caretaker of this hotel place, and his dad, Hunter Schafer's dad, is there to like construct a new building. You know, hijinks ensue. They keep hearing like people keep going crazy and keep trying to like hawk spit in like people's mouths. Is
To what?
What they're trying to do?
No,
they're
it's
trying to what?
much weirder than that.
Wait, was it
It's their okay.
was it pussy juice?
I was about to use that exact term. Pardon my French. It's fucking pussy juice. And they try and put it in their victims' mouths to make them go crazy.
When the
Pussy juice. Pardon my French.
There's our first podcast highlight right there.
All right.
So yeah, in that scene in the hotel where the other person who works at the hotel.
Yeah, the other.
Yeah, I thought, is that pussy juice?
Yeah, she.
Or
Who
what-
the
or is it spit? I don't know.
old lady reaches down.
And then it cuts and it comes back and
It's just all over her hand.
she's got like, it looks like hand sanitizer.
Yeah, like cupped in her hand, and she's trying to put it in the victim's mouth. The hotel lady. I think that's when I suddenly realized I
Really?
did not like this movie anymore.
Okay. I was so into this movie for like the first half, right up to when, because like, you know, there like she goes to like the bathroom. There's like a really cool tension build where it slowly pans up to the top of the wall in the stall, right up to when she's riding her bike home, and you actually see what the woman looks like.
That's
when it broke for
so
me.
fucking cheeseballs.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good build up with
Oh, for
how,
sure.
like, she's chasing her, and like there's like this POV shot looking down on her as she's riding her bike, and
Mm-hmm.
you see the woman's shadow as she passes each light.
That was
But then
pretty
you
cool.
see what she looks like, and she's like, the main
It looks-
threat is for like the first 2/3. The main threat is this woman who has like a fake old person wig on, like pink glasses, and like a tan trench coat, and she looks like she's got like
Big
acne
sunglasses.
on her face.
Yeah.
She looks so silly that it immediately
Yeah.
broke all the tension for me.
Like they could it wasn't creepy at all. I don't know what the whole point of her whole disguise was.
But that's the other issue with the last half. Once she gets like locked up by Dan Stevens' character, who he's evil, turns out, they start explaining things. They explain like the lore of everything. It's incredibly convoluted, and it sort of just loses you. Anyways, yeah, I thought Hunter Schafer was great. I really love Hunter Schafer, whatever she's in.
Do too.
She's great in Euphoria. She's great in she's great when she like pops up in Kinds of Kindness. Anyways, how many fingers would you give Cuckoo?
Maybe 6.
6?
Yeah, 6.
Respectable. I gave it a 5. Yeah, my review was literally I really need
Pussy juice.
Yeah.
You made me spit out my beer.
Sorry.
My pussy juice. My pussy juice. All right, let's move on. Longlegs. Hail Satan. All right. All right.
You're sure you're our first guest, but you might be our best guest.
Yeah, we'll see.
Damn straight.
What's your opinion?
Oh my god, I fucking hated it.
Same.
I said Nick Cage came straight out of an episode of Botched.
I think that was kind of the point, though. When he's
Yeah,
supposed to be,
no,
like,
I think it was.
through the years, he was supposed to like Longlegs is clearly a fan of plastic surgery and bad plastic surgery, right? Like
He's
like-
paying that.
Speaking of like, speaking of like the appearance of the villain ruining the film for me. As soon as I saw what he looked like, tension broke.
You mean in the first scene when you saw him? That like
I never really got a good look at him.
see that was before the plastic surgery like makeup was getting so over the top. But the first scene, I
Yeah.
thought.
What was the first scene?
The first scene was the flashback where he's like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
put on my long legs," and he dips down and it cuts.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite scene. That was my
Same.
favorite part in the whole movie.
Probably the
'Cause
best scene.
I wanted
Yeah.
to get up and applaud. Like when that scene happened, I was like, "This is amazing."
I wanted to be the first and only scene in movie done. Credits roll by.
I would have been happy with that. I'd have been like, "Oh, I paid for it."
I wouldn't have been
But-
happy with that, but it was a great scene. It's probably the best scene in the movie. I agree with that.
Yeah, no, and my take on it is like the first half hour of Longlegs, I found like genuinely engaging. When it was
Yeah.
just like a murder mystery.
When it was Silence of the Lambs, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And then it fell off once the supernatural
and
stuff.
that goes back to what she was
Exactly,
saying
that's
about
my whole
Cuckoo.
point.
Yeah, with the
It got so like voodoo, supernatural, weird.
It
like
is such a weird clash of tones because that's not how it
It's
advertises
not.
itself.
I will say when I heard there's an interview I listened to with we should say Osgood Perkins, Anthony Perkins from Psycho. His son directed the film. I heard an interview with him talking about it, and it was like I wanted to make because he thinks serial killers are dumb, which
Yeah.
fair enough, and he thinks our obsession with them is particularly dumb. And he's
Valid.
like, I want to make Longlegs inconsequential and stupid in his own movie, and he is inconsequential. He's really he's doing the bidding of something else. He's not really the main villain. But his explanation of that doesn't make me enjoy it more.
I don't think that
No.
explanation really comes across in the film that I think about it.
No, I didn't. It never occurred to me until
He said
watching
that.
it. But I can't lie. Like a lot of people probably hate it, but I think Nicolas Cage is really fucking funny in the movie, and I really enjoyed him.
I think
that's
it's funny.
another thing
I was
I said.
annoyed by
I
him more
laughed.
than I was in the
I would-
performance.
I was
It
having
was
a
a
great
little
time.
too because it was it's classic Nick Cage where he's driving the car and he starts screaming.
Yes, I was losing it. I was laughing so hard. You think I was laughing hard during the Buster Keaton thing, bro? Nah, that was nothing.
I mean, I love classic Nick Cage, but I feel like it didn't work because it was part of the tonal clash where it was really just conflicting with the Silence of the Lambs procedural nature of the first 40 minutes.
To be fair, and I hope you'll forgive me for doing my Buffalo Bill impression, but Buffalo Bill's funny as fuck. We can't back down from that. When they come to the door and they're looking for his who he's kidnapped and he's like, is she a great big fat person? And then put the fucking lotion in the basket. Come on. Buffalo Bill's funny. And
A little bit.
that doesn't make me not like Silence of the Lambs or think he's scary, you know what I mean? But it just doesn't work with Nick Cage.
I think of all three of these movies, it's definitely the best shot. It's a very pretty looking movie. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of great lens usage, especially like the long lenses they'll use.
It was
When they're
shifting
doing a tracking shot behind her.
Yeah, it was shifting between aspect ratios too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 4:3
Didn't it
in the
start in
beginning.
4:3 and then it
Yeah.
goes to 16:9 or whatever?
I was never really satisfied by when they actually revealed the explanation for everything. I was never satisfied by it.
No.
It was like, oh, it's supernatural shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was kind of out by that point.
Okay,
So-
rate it.
No.
3.
You give it 3 fingers.
Three
3
fingers.
out of 10.
Yes,
Gotcha.
3 out of 10 fingers.
What'd you give it?
I'm going to give it a 5 fingers out of 10.
Really?
Just sitting with it for a
Wow.
while. I half enjoyed it.
I'll give it a 4. 4 fingers. I'm right in the middle.
Wow, it's crazy.
I'm more positive than fucking one of y'all. Wow.
Yeah, that's nuts. Not more positive than I am, but more positive than one
More
of us,
positive
so,
than
yeah.
Ava, yeah.
That's crazy.
I think you're a hater.
Really fucking hates Longlegs. Fuck
Yeah,
you,
I
Osgood.
really-
Yeah,
Yeah,
you giving
Gretel
me,
and Hansel
you giving me
suck.
shit in your Big Trouble in Little China review.
You are so wrong about that. Me and him were literally watching that movie the whole night.
You know-
just sitting there being like, Jackson's so fucking dumb. So
His
fucking
review,
dumb.
he watched Big Trouble in Little China last night, and his review was literally yet another movie that Jackson is fucking wrong about. And
That movie kicks ass.
Sophie liked it.
Sophie's my dog.
I love Sophie.
My dog.
So I recommended Holy Motors, directed by
Leo Carax, something
Yeah.
like that.
Something like
Leo
that.
Carax.
Do you remember the first time you saw it?
No.
Is this like on a recommendation, or did you just like find it on streaming?
Yeah.
or-
How the fuck did you discover it?
Okay, I don't know. It probably was because I took French in high school. I started getting into French movies a lot. I think that's probably how. It's a French film.
Oh boy, is it?
Basically, there's this guy, Mr. Oscar, whatever. He goes on what are called appointments. Basically, it's a bunch of weird ass storylines all in one movie.
The film starts. How does it start? It starts with him.
This guy, it's actually, I'm pretty sure it's the director.
Starts with him
What I read.
waking up from
Yeah,
like a
he
bed.
wakes up.
And he goes to a wall in his hotel room with his dog, and he opens it, and he walks into a theater.
He's got a key.
He opens the door. It's his finger
key is
is
his
a
finger.
key.
Yes.
Which means something
Yeah, I don't. Opening the fucking door to the.
to his past, to
Huge,
his
weird
mind,
movie.
to his life, some bullshit. I don't fucking know. Fuck this movie.
But he walks into the theater. I think the beginning scene is like emotionless people just staring at the screen.
A little research that I did. The opening scene was inspired by a tale by E.T.A. Hoffman about a man who discovers a secret door in his bedroom that leads to an opera house.
He like
Totally
goes to
unassuming.
some street and he dresses up like a
Old
old
woman
woman beggar.
begging for change.
He gives some monologue as he's begging for change.
It doesn't last very long. Probably the shortest character.
What could the meaning of the first one be, if there is anything? Like, what is it?
I'm sure the meaning's in the monologue, but I don't remember what the monologue
I don't remember the
is.
monologue.
I'm not sure of the
I think
meaning
it's the
for
most
any
irrelevant.
Of the
I think of them all.
That's the problem for me. And
That's
why
the
I think
most
it's a
irrelevant.
piece of shit is because it's all irrelevant
I don't
and
think so.
it doesn't really say anything.
But it goes from that old lady to like some kind of weird stop motion creep.
Yeah, that's what's really.
Best
really
scene in the movie. Best scene in the movie.
You think that's the best scene
You
in the
think that's
movie?
the best
You're
Interesting.
talking about the mocap scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best scene in the movie.
Before it moves into the animation, which I think is probably the ugliest portion of the movie, it's pretty like visually striking. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
He's
probably
like
the
walking
most-
on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Shooting.
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so when it eventually transitions into the snake sex scene, I was constantly reminded of Pink Floyd's The Wall, where there's that like snake creature
Yeah.
in like the ending scene. To be perfectly honest, that portion of the film of Holy Motors just made me want to watch Pink Floyd The Wall. Because it's like
Big The Wall fan
I
over here.
could be watching The Wall instead of The Wall's a great film. We should talk about it one day.
Do you
But,
only like music that involves films?
It's definitely I think only is a strong word, but it's definitely I think attributing, because I love Stop Making Sense and I love Pink Floyd The Wall.
What's the next one?
All right.
I don't remember. Is the next one
I
the
have
Sewer Man?
notes.
Is the next one Sewer Man? I think it is.
Yes.
Sewer Dweller. That's what my notes said.
Little leprechaun man. Little leprechaun man
Steals.
steals Ava Mendes. Takes her to I don't know, fucking catacombs. The fuck, I don't know.
And she's just chilling, by the way.
She's chilling. Totally not
quiet.
speaking the entire. She doesn't say a word until she starts singing to him when he's naked, buck ass naked on her lap.
By the way, that's my favorite shot. That's the. It looks like a fucking painting. Like that.
Yeah.
I love that shot.
Yeah.
My favorite shot in the entire film is when it's the circle and it sort of goes into that street shot where you see the sewer.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
an
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, that's
That's
a
an
great.
amazing-
Yeah, it just gets more.
Is
of a
this segment the point in which your boyfriend went, "What the fuck am I watching?"
vignette. Actually, no. He the whole movie.
When
he
did he
like
break?
about the first scene. First scene.
That early, huh?
Yeah.
I want to show this guy a razor head.
So the
Yeah.
director Leo Carax, he also directed a segment in a
Tokyo.
in Tokyo, which is an anthology film. The other two are directed by Michel Gondry, who did Eternal Sunshine, and Bong Joon-ho, who did Parasite.
I
Eternal
fucking love
Sunshine?
those
We need
movies.
to have you on for Eternal Sunshine.
Oh
for
my
sure.
god.
I haven't
Oh my
watched it
god.
in a long time.
It's great.
Oh my
It's one of my favorite
God.
movies. But anyways, yeah, in
Yeah.
Tokyo.
So y'all are
this
agreed this is the best
segment
sequence in the film?
by far. The segment in Tokyo, directed by Leo Carax, has that character in it. The
Oh,
sewage
really?
trailer. Yeah. After the sewage trailer is when I drop off.
You don't like Terrible Father?
Not really.
Terrible Father's my
That-
favorite. I love how human and fucked up Terrible Father sequence is when he's driving her and he's like, "You've got to like be bold. You're such a
You should
loser,
go
little
dance.
girl."
Go dance. Don't hide in the bathroom. Dance.
Yeah, like what the fuck? What a piece of shit this guy
Like-
is.
Yeah.
See, I love that sequence. I thought it was really good. I thought that just the
She's just
acting in
sitting-
that sequence. I thought the child actress is really good in that scene. I don't know. I love that.
I did like that actress.
I don't know. There's a human connection in there that's just like you're not expecting. Right after that, though, the old man,
The old man's dying in bed.
which is another sequence I really enjoy because
Yeah.
it is more grounded and it is like there's something to connect to and like you forget that this guy's on an appointment and he's just gonna get
Yeah.
up while she's got her
Like
head
the
down. And,
previous scene, this man is just getting shot in the head
Yeah.
and shot in the chest like 17 million times. And then the next scene, I don't know, she's watching her uncle slowly die in bed. But yeah, it's like very much human compared to the entirety of a movie.
and I can't remember if this comes right after the old man, but he's riding in the limousine and he sees another limousine with another actor that he knows.
Yeah. And
And-
that's another like whole bit. I don't know if that's an appointment.
I don't think it
either.
is. I think it's like this is a view into the life Oscar would be living if he weren't busy living all these other lives, and if
Yeah.
she weren't busy living all these other lives. And
They
that's
sing a song, or she sings a song. Like it's very like
they go for
like
a walk
theater.
that night, and there's like a very like unrequited love aspect, and they're both like on their way to appointments. Yeah, it's just like you can like
I mean, I
that's
interpreted
the
it-
most like that's the scene that gives me the interpretation of the movie for me is like, oh, okay, so it's like life as an actor. You're trying to find who you are between all these different
Maybe
performances,
Yeah.
and like you don't get to really, or he doesn't anyways, get to really be who he is until that moment, and it only lasts for a second. Then he has to get back to another
I
appointment.
mean, I interpreted it more as and confirmation of this pretty much came from the ending of just it's another him, not literally him, but literally just like whatever fucking job he has
Yeah.
or whatever. It's because of all the 12 limousines at the end.
Yeah,
Is literally just what I interpreted that as.
Right.
I didn't get anything that deep from it, I don't think. But
yeah. That scene is not an appointment.
it's also what
because
I'm the only one who actually this was their first time watching it though.
right.
So
Yeah, that scene is probably my favorite.
why I like it is it's very artsy fartsy. Movies with plots, I feel like I'm just like, for my brain at least, I can't comprehend stuff like that very well.
you kind of just vibe with it.
I vibe with it very heavy. There's this one scene in the limo. Someone is asking him why he still does it. And he's like, I do it because, for the reason why I started. It's because he appreciates the beauty of the act. And I feel like each thing is so fucking artsy that it does not have to make sense. But, I don't know. It's just like, beautiful, fartsy, artsy.
I totally get why you like it. I like it for the same reasons, just the vibe.
Yeah,
like
it's
it's
the
just a great
vibe.
vibe. It's beautifully shot.
Yeah.
It's well acted, even
Very well, yeah.
Even if you're not vibing with the sequence itself, like
It's
I don't know.
It's
Yeah, even if you're not vibing with that one, maybe you will with the next
true.
Yeah.
5,
True.
7.
I mean, I
It's
vibe
basically
with,
an
2 out of
anthology.
9,
I mean, it
so-
really is
Yeah.
kind of an anthology
really
film.
is.
It's just like the most unique anthology film ever
Yeah,
made.
maybe the most strange anthology film.
What? So
That's what it's called. Anyways.
what is your takeaway from the film? I would like to hear.
Okay,
go
so-
off. Do your thing for a
Can
second.
I go off? Will I not be judged? For,
Nah, you can go. I mean, you may be judged, but you can go off.
Damn. Okay.
I won't
so,
judge you because I know it's not for everybody.
I thought it was a massive piece of shit, and I was incredibly bored for a little bit more than half of it. It's not that I couldn't get into it because it's something that requires you to interpret it. Some of my favorite movies of all time are you've seen The Holy Mountain, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I love that movie more because to me it actually is communicating things that are worth communicating. Whereas when I watch Holy Motors, not only am I not really interpreting anything from it, I'm like, okay, even if there is an all the interpretations I've heard about the film, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is this really worth communicating in a 2-hour-long film. And you say that what you like about it is that you kind of vibe with it, right? To me, when it comes to those sorts of movies, to vibe movies, I've also heard like Tenet compared to like being a vibe movie before. To me, when I'm watching something that is very strong thematically, or at least maybe not strong, maybe not rich, but just heavy in thematic material, I can watch it and interpret it and appreciate that part. But I also have to actually enjoy watching the film, because at that point, just fucking like tell me what you're trying to say rather than make me sit for 2 hours trying to figure out what you're trying to say.
True.
So to me, Holy Mountain works way better. Jodorowsky, I think, is a fucking genius. Being John Malkovich is one of my favorite movies, and it's insanely like thematically rich. Just like there's so much implications with everything. Like, and like not only that, but like the characters are super memorable. There's a Catherine Keener as Maxine. I mean, I'm looking for more from it, I think.
Yeah.
So basically, you don't get it.
No.
Give Holy Motors another shot.
Maybe in like 3 years.
Okay.
I give it a 4 fingers out of 10.
Wait, so that's
Okay,
what you give it? 4 out of 10?
Well, the only thing I liked about it was visually.
Okay.
And some of the scenes I kind of fuck with a little bit.
Some really
Most of
solid
it's sort of,
performances in the film.
A little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I give it 4 fingers out of 10. What would you give it?
7. 7 fingers out of 10.
I give it 9.
Like and subscribe. Follow on socials. Bye.